Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. I believe this is episode 4. It's Friday. We did a live stream earlier and we did a lot of trial and error with the Enderman spawner thing, and I discovered some things. Basically, I captured an angry Enderman and the MFR grinder did not know how to deal with an angry Enderman, so it didn't kill any of them. So let's go to the new place. What I've done is I leveled up a skeleton soul shard, and right now the grinder is pointing towards it. Unfortunately, even with water in here, this thing gives 8 MJ. These things use a lot of power, especially the one that generates the Enderman over here. So what I've done is I'm not running them both at the same time. I put some tanks over here to store the excess mob juice, and I figure I'd let this thing run for a while, and then when I'm ready to kill some Endermen, all I really need to do is put a redstone engine, which I've already made, on that wooden pipe and give it a lever. If I can get the lever, let's move that out of the way. We'll move that up. And we'll put our lever right here. So that is going to pump the mob juice from these holding tanks over to the spawner, which already had a little bit in there. So if we turn the engine on, I have a Soul Stealer 4 sword. I got 8 Soul Stealer books and put them all on a sword, and now the thing should make Enderman for us. And this is a 40-something block drop. They're a one-shot kill. If you look, we have 210 right now. Now we have 245. And that is probably really loud. So that is my plan for right now. I know this does not look pretty. That's okay. It's not supposed to. Basically, it was just to get the job done, and unfortunately, it took a lot of trial and error before I got it done, but it is done now, and that is what's important. Let's kill these other 2 jokers, and we're going to do what we're going to do today. I even had a problem after, I ended up, during the live stream, I went to the end, I killed the dragon, and I started the Enderman shard there. This thing was still spawning angry Endermen, and so it wasn't counting toward the soul shard. So then I actually went to the end, and I got an Enderman in the end, and it wasn't pissed off or anything. So if I turn the grinder around, the grinder will harvest the Enderman that this thing spawns. But the one that I captured yesterday did not work. So what are you going to do? It happens. So use this as a public service announcement. This grinder will kill regular Endermen, but it will not kill angry Endermen. So make sure when you mouse over your Safari net, it just says Enderman. If it's an angry one, it'll say angry Enderman. It's very unmistakable. And this grinder killing these guys, I'm getting a ton of enchanted things with no damage taken off of them. So when we set up the real deal, we'll have to figure out a sorting system. Hold on, that's the UPS guy. Sorry about that. I've been waiting for this thing all day, and of course the guy comes 5 minutes after I start recording. So anyway, we'll get on to what we're going to do today. I need to run a quarry, and I figured, why not just record a quick episode? We'll get the quarry going, and then I can do what I need to do to start working on the base at the other place, and I'll probably do a lot of that tomorrow or maybe tonight. I've been playing all day, so I'm kind of Minecraft out for today, but we'll see. I'll get something done. Hopefully before the live stream on Sunday, which is still happening at 2 p.m. Central Time. So I came up with an idea to run this this thing, the quarry. I figured I'd make about 4 of the force engines and run them off of these guys. Now the thing about the force gems is if you run them through a squeezer, you get a bucket and a half per gem, or you can just put it straight into the force engine and you get 1 bucket per. So I'm not really worried about squeezing them just yet, but I thought I'd put 4 of them on a quarry, maybe with an aqueous accumulator, so that they'll give 8 MJ instead of 4. And I can use a diamond pipe so that anything that comes out of the quarry gets routed into the engines to power the quarry, and everything else will go into whatever kind of sorting system we have. So right now I'll probably just take a silver chest and upgrade it, and just void all the cobble and dirt, because we don't really need that right now. Of course, I don't know the stupid diamond chest recipe. I think you have to go to gold or something. I don't know. Maybe it takes less diamonds than I think. Okay, silver is 3 diamonds and glass. So it's actually cheaper than I thought. Haven't made one of these in a really long time, so we're gonna need to make 3 iron gears, 2 gold gears, and 2 diamond gears. So let's grab a bunch of this stuff, and I'm just gonna turn, let's say, I don't know that I need wooden gears for anything else, so let's just turn all these into stone gears if we have enough. Well, that's good enough. So let me see, I'm gonna need a total of, I always end up with an extra gear here. I'm gonna need 7. So I set those 3 aside, and I'm going to need 4 gold, 2 of which will be turned into diamond. And there we go. Whoops. And what else do we need? We don't need a mining well or anything. We just need a piece of redstone and the pick. Which is easy. I love the easy quarry recipe. The Greg Tech one is ridiculous. Alright, there's our quarry. We are going to need some force engines. So let's save 2 of these to make a diamond pipe. And we'll put all the iron back. That'll probably do. I don't know how many force ingots we're going to need, so apparently we're going to get a little over a stack. And I think these go straight from stone to force, right? Okay. Alright, that'll make 4. I don't remember if I need pistons. I probably do. Force engine, yep. So let me make a few more pistons as well. And I think we have plenty of glass. We'll need cobblestone. And we have wood. Okay. I really should make a work table so that I don't have to keep making the same recipe over again. Alright, there are our force engines. We're going to need a diamond pipe. We're going to need a void pipe. Whoa. I discovered a cool thing about these engines. If they have liquid force in them, use the force wrench to pick them up. They actually maintain whatever level of liquid was in them. I'm assuming that works the same for water. I don't know, I haven't tried that, but it keeps whatever liquid force is in it. So there's that. We probably ought to make a few. Let's make stone. Stone pipes, and we're gonna need wood pipes, and we're gonna need to make them conductive. Because I don't think I have any more. So we'll just make all of those. And that ought to do it. I'm not going to really have to worry about refeeding these things until I start running a max size quarry. Right now, I think it'll be enough to just put a stack of force gems in each engine. So let's go set this thing up and we'll let it go. That actually worked out pretty well. So let me make sure I have everything we're going to need that I can think of. That spider is really annoying. Where is he? There he is. This sword is pretty cool. I put wings on it and arrows to make them bleed. The cool thing about it is if you have it equipped, you run up one block just like you do with the Boots of the Traveler. It's kind of a pain though if you have a jetpack because sometimes they conflict. And this thing, if you are up high and you jump, you will glide down. If you right click, you actually jump forward. So it does conflict with the jetpack sometimes. I don't know why, but you know, not that big of a deal. So I was going to run the quarry at the new place, but we might as well just run one over here since we're not going to live here and there is a bunch of water for the swamp. I just don't like running quarries over regular land because it's ugly. And it's even ugly if you run them in water. Not so much in the ocean, but if you run it in a swamp, it can be kind of ugly, but not as much as real land. So let's put that guy right there. We'll run 4 of these. I have noticed an issue with these engines for some reason. Sometimes they don't connect to the wood pipe. And what I've had to do... Where'd my other engine go? Well, I guess this one's only getting 3. I guess I accidentally put it away. I've had to break the wood pipes and put them back together. Or put them back down, rather. So at any rate, that ought to be just fine. And there's nothing to clear out, so I better go ahead and set up the rules for this thing before we do anything else. And actually, that's all I really need. So white is going to be cobble, dirt, and gravel. There should not be that many items that they won't all go in the chest. So we'll just put a stack. Actually, I bet I could do it off of one stack of this stuff. And it takes about 10 to fill the thing up, 10 buckets. So we'll see if we actually get more back than we're using. So this ought to be relatively fast. It's 4 MJ a piece. If we put some buckets of water in there, it goes up to 8 MJ. But it uses the water much more quickly than it uses the force, the liquid force. So right now this is 24 MJ, which is pretty decent. A standard size quarry really shouldn't take that long anyway, but it's doing okay. So when I run the full size quarries, what I plan on doing is routing this pipe through here, probably 3 or 4 diamond pipes to put all of the force gems into the slot, and probably an aqueous accumulator to keep these guys full of water, which we could actually probably do right now. So let's do that. I don't remember what it takes to make an aqueous accumulator, but we will find out if I can remember where the base is. It is where the end stone is in a little diamond pattern there. Since we have the new soul shard recipe. So I know we're going to need one of those pneumatic servos, which is 2 glass, 2 iron, 1 redstone. And what else are we going to need? Of course, we're going to need a bucket, a frame, tin, and glass. Hopefully I have the tin. I really need to run a quarry. Here it is. I really need to run the quarry because we don't have very much copper and tin. So that's kind of a problem. And how much waterproof pipe have I got? Let's save, we'll save 2. And while that's working, we'll craft this other stuff. And I forgot the frame. Is it glass right here? Tin and the servo. Alright, so once we have some waterproof, we can then feed the engines. And actually, that's probably enough, so we'll spare a couple of the cactus plants. My game locked up. Well, my display driver just crashed, and that hasn't happened in a long time. And I don't feel like rebooting right now. So if things look a little weird, like the way the gold waterproof pipe looks, just bear with me. I'm just about done, so I'll finish this up, then I'll reboot, and then I will edit. quarry stopped dead in its tracks for some reason. It still has power. Let's whack it with this wrench and see what happens. Maybe that's a graphical bug. Oh no, how about we just do this, since its default size is not that big of a deal. We don't have to set new landmarks or anything. I do want to turn these guys off first. Alright, so while that is doing whatever it's doing, let's do this, and we'll set this guy up. Give it a bucket of water on each side, and then we'll give it some waterproof pipe. And these guys should stay full of water. And I can't see the little guy. We got some sand. I thought I saw something happening with the pipe. Yeah, well, whatever happened to my display driver is totally killing this, unless these things are jacked up. See how there was nothing going through the pipe? Now there is. There we go. Okay. So maybe that's just a buildcraft pipe bug. I don't know. But either way, it's kind of a pain. But you can see the thing is moving much more quickly than it was before, just because we gave these guys water in addition to liquid force. So that's a pretty cool thing in my opinion. Maybe a little overpowered, I don't know. But I did not want to use lava for MJ, because there are so many other ways to make MJ besides lava. And I don't think we have power converters. No, we do not. So I may use lava for geothermals for EU. I'm really thinking about just making a tier 5 blaze shard and feeding that into regular old generators with insertion pipes. I think that'll be a pretty good way to do that, since we don't have red power. I won't have to worry about anything overflowing or getting lost. So there's our quarry. Once we have a place to tesseract things to, we will tesseract it wherever we need to go, as well as make a Mistcraft age to actually do the quarries in. Like I said, I don't like to do them in the overworld because it's ugly. But since we're not going to live over here, really not a huge deal. I'm still running around Mistcraft ages, gathering pages and stuff. I don't have nearly enough pages to create a stable age, and I really haven't found a great age to run a quarry in. Most of them are Eternal Storms or something crazy like that, and I'd rather not take the risk of teleporting in and having a creeper blow me up when I come through. So we've got copper already, that's good. We needed that. We're going to need the rocky bees eventually, but I'm going to let this thing do its thing, and I probably will not have an episode tomorrow, but I will be doing the Livestream Sunday 2 p.m. Stop by if you have a chance. If not, I'll catch you in the next episode. So if you have any questions, comments, yada yada yada, please leave them down below. And I'm going to kill these squid. Whoa, that's another cool thing about this sword, is you can walk on water for a minute. You actually run run on water. I never seem to have enough ink from Mistcraft, so if you guys are going to do Mistcraft, get a bunch of ink sacks. Maybe even make a squid farm if there's a vanilla way to do that. I'm sure there is. So anyway, that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.